All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Indianapolis Colts. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go. Leave 5-3. Great 57.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now a play fake. Wentz escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Kaiser on 1st down. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Here's Kaiser. And his throw here's incomplete. Kenny Stills the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Kaiser now. He's going to let this one go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Throwing now is Wentz. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, They're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Run.
Here's Wentz to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
I remember growing up playing basketball. My coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they're able to react and knock the ball away.
On third down, Kaiser. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. On 1st and 10, Kaiser. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
On 2nd down, here's Penning. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Kaiser from the gun on 3rd. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. He got 29 yards that time. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On play action, it's Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Takk McKinley in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
120! Run. Stat.
Throwing is Wentz. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Takk McKinley in there for the 20th time this year as he continues what could be a record-setting season. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfect. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Andrew Billings with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Kaiser. And he slides to avoid the hit. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Penny, a first down carry. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Play fake. Kaiser. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
To throw is Kaiser. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Once again here on 2nd and 10. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
That's it, baby.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. On play action, Wentz. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Wentz will try again on second down. Buying time to his left. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
They pitch it to Chubb. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nick Chubb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are in for 6. And he's got it up and through. Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Kaiser now to throw on first down. Left side, this is Stills. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down throw for Kaiser. Dancing to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Andrew Billings in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Flex round!
Now Kaiser. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A handoff to Penny. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Penny. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Steps away to his left. Incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
4 down.
To throw, it's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Kaiser to throw it this time. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Penny. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll throw here. Kaiser. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Frank Clark in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Howard. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And a quick throw here. That's complete. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
Fighting to stay upright inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That good for 22 and a first down. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. They'll give it to him up the middle. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I would run it here, guys.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mike Daniels able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be fourth down. And his kick is indeed good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Hey, other side, solid.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
They run again on first down, Chubb. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
On the ball. Lion. Hey, other side, solid.
A give. This is Chubb. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
74.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Down the man inside, down the man. Ram. What's this?
Now a handoff running off tackle right. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A run for Nick Chubb. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Following the penalty, Chubb. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Colts, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they drop just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire